That's right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing this morning? Well, I tell you, I'm doing pretty good. I've already got Penny over there having a spa day today. That girl gets so excited. All you have to do is say, "Want to go for a ride?" Boo! We're out the door and on to the project at hand. So, yes, and then she gets over there and she goes, "Oh, my public, they're awaiting me. I just am so excited to grace them with my presence." And they're going, "Could you just calm down just for a second, little girl?" "Oh, no, I've got to be happy, happy, happy." Ah, the struggles of Penny, the struggles of Penny. She is a special, special girl. She's very smart. That's what our trainer keeps saying. "Oh, my God, she's so smart." Then why does she jump on everybody? Why does she do this? Because she knows she can get away with it because she's so stinking cute. That's right. Anyways, training on Penny is coming along. We are making progress every day, and that is, of course, a good thing. So, how are you today? Are you getting ready for the big reveal? That's right, the big reveal. I tell you what, I didn't realize how tired I was. But anyways, it's great. We've got a lot of good fun things going on, and life is good. Let's go ahead, though, and check that weather out there. Woo! It was pretty cold out there this morning. And I don't have one of those cars that has that automatic start the car, warm the seats and everything. No, you got to be hottie to be Ann Eller. That's right. But anyways, it's okay. Right now, it is 35 degrees outside. Feels like 28. We're heading for a balmy 56 today. And as long as the wind stays down, that's not bad. It's when you add the wind into this thing that it just goes crazy. So tonight we'll have a low of 30 degrees. So Wednesday we're coming in with a high of 61. It's a heat wave and a low of just 42. So, and that'll be partly, looks like partly sunny skies on Wednesday. Thursday comes in with a high of 58, low of 49, and looks like we have a chance of about 70% rain. Unbelievable. 70% rain. Friday, however, the rain is gone. We come in Friday with a high of 56, a low of 29, and plentiful sunshine. And Saturday is virtually the same, a high of 58, low of 33, and plentiful sunshine. So I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe just for giggles, we'll look at what it is in Paris, Maine. Okay, in Paris, Maine, they are looking at a high today of 32. Right now, it's 17 degrees in Maine. That's right, in Paris, Maine, in the central part of Maine. It's supposed to be a low of 19, sun and clouds mixed. This is Maine now, not Greenwood, South Carolina. Wednesday looks like a high of 39, low of 20. Thursday, they're warming up to a high of 41, low of 32. And on Friday, high of 52, low of 19, 100% chance of rain. Coming in on Saturday, up there in Maine, high of 27, low of 20 degrees. Oh, this is so delightful. After they've had all that rain, I hope it doesn't turn to ice, but of course that is always a possibility, always a possibility. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you, just thinking about how things are in different areas of the country. So, well, things are certainly what shall we say? One thing that's on my mind, and, maybe I should just let it go, but I just can't. Well, President Trump's very, very, very insensitive comment about Reiners and that he suffered from Trump derangement syndrome, TDS, and that probably contributed to his death. I mean, I cannot imagine President Trump, and as of last night, now, unless something has happened this morning that I don't know about, he hasn't even retracted that comment. I just wish President Trump would not comment till he clears it through his staff. Of course, what's the likelihood of that happening? Not much. But that was a very insensitive and uncaring position to take. And regardless of whether the person was adversary from the standpoint of politics, does not really seem like this is something that should be said at all. But then again, if you go back and look at what he said about McCain, similar type comments, not exact, but similar. And I just really don't understand why the president is not more gracious. I just don't understand it. And regardless of how he felt about Rob Reiner and his wife, those comments should have been kept to himself. Didn't his mother ever teach him? If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Donald Trump needed to learn that one, and so far I don't believe he has. And from that standpoint, I think that is a shame. That is a shame. But anyways, love for you to weigh in on what you're thinking about some of this. 864-332-9355. You can call and leave a message, or you can text and leave a message. Great thing about it, it gives it to me so I can actually be aware of what everybody is thinking rather than having to wait till after the phone with a telephone call. So it's really a great way to communicate and keep in touch. 864-332-9355. Of course, we still have our legacy line, 864-229-7984. So that's a little bit on that. But as far as President Trump, it is embarrassing to me, that he simply just couldn't not say nothing. Just why? Why couldn't he just say nothing? That is what I would like to know. Why did he have to make this totally inappropriate comment? And I hate it. I just hate it. So if that's where we're at, that's where we're at. And maybe he will change his mind, but right now it doesn't seem to be so. All right, so we've got a few updates that I want to get to, and let's see. Senate healthcare talks flicker to life as Obamacare deadline nears. I'm going to tell you what, if ever there is anything to say how uncaring the legislatures are towards the plight of the people of the United States of America, this says it all. You know, since January, they've known that they were going to have January of 2025, which is almost over. They've known that they had to deal with this. When they had the close down in September, they knew they had to deal with this. And actually, one of my questions would be, why wouldn't they have added this to the big, beautiful bill, whatever they were going to do? Because do you really think that anybody is going to be able to change the direction of this healthcare ship in 2 weeks? No. The only thing that they really can do is continue the additional subsidies. Now, there's subsidies, and then there's the enhanced subsidies that were added during COVID. But unfortunately, with all people, once you add something, it's very difficult to take it away. And I just think that they either should have, the best situation would be to have something done back January, February, March, April, May, June, and have had the budget done so that we didn't have the shutdown in September. But that being said, why didn't they have something when they came back ready to announce? Because this has been the whole issue, and it is hurting the Republicans that they have not made a decision. So, just saying, I'm just saying, this is one of the most ridiculous things that I think I have seen, and I am terribly, terribly disappointed in our government for not making a decision on this, because you know what's going to happen? They're not going to get anything done, and they're going to have to, I think, in my opinion, they're going to have to extend these enhanced, even if they don't want to. They've got to extend them and give it a year to be able to finish up with something and make something happen. Otherwise, this is going to be the biggest kerfuffle, and they will not have people that will be able to afford health care. Right, wrong, or indifferent, Obamacare was billed as a good thing. It's turned into a money-sucking thing. And so we've got to change it, but they need the opportunity to make it and make it right. You certainly cannot be going in and out. This year we're doing that. Next year we're doing this. The year after this. So I am very disappointed in our government for not only health care, but on other issues that we will not discuss today. But I am disappointed that here we are 2 weeks out to the end of the year, and they still have made no announcement, nor do they believe that they are going to get anywhere on this. It says in this article from The Hill that a bipartisan group of senators is making a renewed push towards finding a health care solution. Roughly 20 senators met Monday night at the invitation of Senator Susan Collins from Maine, with lawmakers using a proposal from her and Senator Bernie Moreno from Ohio, which includes a 2-year extension of the ACA's tax credits and reforms aimed at winning over conservatives as a jumping-off point. Multiple key negotiators indicated they were buoyed by the meeting and expect conversations to continue, with some even saying a framework of a deal could come by the end of the week. There is a widespread support for producing a result, Collins told reporters when she emerged from the meeting. There was no grandstanding, people were very practical, and they want a result. Then why don't we just go for 1 year? Since y'all have frittered away another year on this, why don't you have a 1-year extension and then by September be able to tell us what you've done and have something really feasible? The senators cautioned that reaching a deal before they break for the holidays is likely not feasible, with January representing a more realistic target. See? So there you go. They don't even think they can get it done before they break for the holidays. Well, you had 2 months of kind of holidays. Don't you think you could just jacks my jaws. Don't you think you could stay and get the job done since you're starting so late on this? Don't you think you could just get it done? So this is what I am so frustrated by with what we have going on. This is how I feel that. This is how I feel we are moving forward here at a snail's pace, and with no real concern for the people here. So let's see. Have we had any responses here this morning? What? I do not understand that one. Yeah, maybe Trump derangement syndrome is a Republican hoax. Yes, okay. And For both of you to get all the attention. Well, I don't understand what that one means, but anyways, I appreciate it. Yes, this is just so sad that we have this type of situation. Anyways, 864-332-9355, 864-332-9355. But you might as well say that I guess that if they're not going to make any decision before Christmas, then the COVID enhancements will go away and people will be paying a lot more for insurance, and on top of that, that means a lot of people won't have health insurance. I mean, I realize that we can't pay for everybody, but we should have a plan that is affordable for the folks. And here we have no affordability for it. So anyways, I just wanted to bring that up, but the senators cautioned, however, that reaching a deal before they break for the holidays is likely not feasible, with January representing a more realistic target. The group of lawmakers consisted of those from across the political spectrum in both parties, including members of both leadership teams, moderates, and those in conservative and progressive camps. The meeting came only days after the chamber voted down a pair of partisan health care bills that essentially turned into a messaging exercise. So there you go. A plan offered by Senators Mark Crapo from Idaho and Bill Cassidy from Louisiana sought to shift funding to the subsidies to become contributions toward health savings accounts in order to help cover out-of-pocket costs for those who are insured via the ACA marketplace. It failed to advance. Yes, the Democratic measure, which Senate Majority Leader John Thune agreed to put on the floor as part of the deal to reopen the government last month, would have extended the enhanced subsidies for 3 years. 3 years? What? Democrats notably won the support of 4 Republicans, Murkowski, Sullivan, Hawley, and Collins, and senators credited the failed votes for the renewed push towards getting a deal. I think sometimes Democratic bill, Republican bill, fail, maybe helps the momentum, Sullivan said, who is up for re-election next year. He is from Alaska. This is really a serious issue for great Alaskans who are going off this cliff through no fault of their own. According to attendees, senators tossed out scores of ideas and concerns during the hour-plus meeting. Among them were potential guardrails and reforms to the subsidies on how many years of an extension should be. Collins added that one issue the group discussed is the possibility of extending open enrollment. Most ACA state exchanges allow individuals to sign up for plans until January 15th, but anyone who wanted insurance on January 1st had to be signed up by Monday. Republicans also brought up potential ways to address the issue of abortion after conservatives pushed to include a Hyde Amendment-like provision barring federal funds from going toward abortion in any state care package. So they say perhaps most of the meeting sought to cool temperatures that have been simmering for weeks. Right, and what type of action are you going to take? Well, we're going to take our break here, and then we'll come back and we'll decide what we're going to do for the folks. You know, after all, the Congress and the Senate, they do not have the same Obamacare health care. Maybe if they had the same health care. All right, that's enough about that issue, and it's a loser button. We are not going to get anywhere before the end of the year, and this is a travesty for people that are trying to budget and make decisions. All right, in other news, I'm loaded here this morning. Loaded for bear! Let's see, where was my other article here? I had an article about... Nope. All right, I'm almost here. No, where is it? Here it is. Must be over here. Nope. Okay. Well, let's see. I was looking for the article about Hillary and Bill Clinton are being rescheduled to testify in front of the House on the Epstein case. This is true. They're actually going to pull them in. Well, if their lawyers can't figure out a way to keep them out of it, right? So I thought that was an interesting tidbit here. They said they would be testifying next month. I think they said January 13th, I believe, is when the date is. And so will be interesting to see whether their attorney can keep them from having to be deposed from counsel. Now, this all deals with information that has been released saying that the pictures, basically pictures with Clinton and Epstein, and did he go to the island or did he not go to the island? That is a question. But I thought that was pretty darn interesting. In other news, City Council met last night, and while I did not watch it all last night, I do happen to know that I can tell you that we now have a well, it's not called a hate crime ordinance, but we do have something that was the substitute for the hate crime ordinance. So, and that passed last night. So that is rather interesting from that fact that went through. Also, some interesting that we'll be talking about more about is the monies that the theater is borrowing from the city in order to go ahead and make some of the repairs to the theater which need to be done. It is interesting. It is interesting that people are going ahead with their capital sales tax projects for 2024. They're all, not all, a lot of them are going ahead with these projects. Even though, of course, they have not raised I don't know if they've raised any money. I don't, does it kick in this year or next year? Bottom line is, the monies have not been dispersed to them, but they are doing it in anticipation of the money coming through, which is very different than what we've done in the past, So, for example, the PALS building, they went ahead and started work on their building. For them, they said they had enough money on hand to do it, so the capital sales tax money will simply reimburse what they've already spent. However, in the case of the theater group, they want to borrow the money from the city, and it was recommended that they'd pay interest, which of course they should. Even as a nonprofit, they should pay interest. But that they wanted to go ahead and make some of the repairs that are necessary for the building rather than wait until the funding was available and dispersed to them. I understand it. But there is a risk in doing this. There is a risk in doing it. But that was another decision that was made, along with some zoning issues, and I think there were a few other things. And I'm going to go back and watch it. I also got to watch the school board one. I didn't make it last night to either one of those meetings, but I will, and we will report back on to it. So that's a little bit as far as that goes. You know, I can't tell you what my horoscope is, but I really enjoyed reading my horoscope every day because it just says some of the most interesting things and actually has to do with some of the struggles that I deal with. So I'm not going to say when it is, because then you might figure out when my birthday is, and, I'm timeless. Okay. Okay. Today in sports. In 1973, Buffalo Bills running back O.J. Simpson became the first player in the NFL history to rush for 2,000 yards in a season. O.J. Simpson back in 1973. Hard to believe that we're talking about history here. I've lived that. How about you? Anyways, and people have told me that everything about me, every facet of my life, psyche, experiences, dreams, and fears are laid out explicitly in my writings. That from the corpus of my work, I can be absolutely and precisely inferred. This is true, said Philip K. Dick. Okay. All right, I'm Ann Eller right here. I am Ann Eller right here, and I am looking at some messages that are coming in on what we be speaking about today. Oh, okay. All right, somebody just clarified their comment. I like this. It says that when I said, maybe since you're so humble, she will be the attention hog. We both know there's no room for both of you to get all the attention. And she said that was referring to you and Miss Penny. You said she was an attention hog. I did say that, and she is. She loves to get her attention. She just thinks she is the center of attention. All right, I got it. All right, moving on, talking about a few other things here this morning. What else do we have? I did want to talk just a little bit. Oh, let's see, I had a couple of things. One thing I wanted to mention was the annual Toy and Coat Drive giveaway is December 20th. That'll be Saturday. The annual Christmas, that's Saturday, hosted by Edith Childs and Making a Difference Community Ministries, will be at 10 a.m. on Saturday, December 20th, at United Way in front of the Soup Kitchen entrance. The Soup Kitchen will be serving lunch at 11 a.m. Any and all donations and volunteering is accepted. Contact Edith Childs, 864-980-6042. That's 864-980-6042. That is this Saturday, the annual Coat Drive and Toy Drive that will be going on at United Way in front of the Soup Kitchen. So with this cold weather, guess what? We need the coats. Now, I also wanted to mention that starting tomorrow, when the museum is open 10 to 5, you can go and judge in the people, I guess this would be called almost the People's Choice Awards. You can go and judge the gingerbread houses that have been made. So, and they will of course have all the different categories: junior bakers, youth bakers, groups, and professionals. So you can judge any of those categories. You can go in and register to vote each day. So you can register to vote Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm not sure if they're doing any voting on Saturday. I'll have to double check that. But at 12 noon, they will be announcing it. Also, I believe I am one of the judges. It was talked about. I am thoroughly looking forward to being a judge for the gingerbread houses. So that's going to be pretty fun. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, go by the museum right there in Uptown Greenwood. See the whole setup and public voting. 1 vote per person per day is allowed. So that's another good thing going on right here in our community. There are actually a lot of good things going on in our community. It amazes me every day, what is out there happening. We do know, I hope you know, that Wednesday is the last day for our snowflakes for seniors to be done. Now, what I did buy some generic things. I think we got 30 mini flashlights. That was on a list that they had requested. We got some hats and gloves, some cookies and crackers that they had requested, and some word puzzle books. So there are two ways to participate. Well, three ways, actually. I guess if you want to run out and get a senior off one of the trees that are out there are several around town. Or you can just make a donation and let the elves with snowflakes for seniors do that for you. And the telephone number is 864-377-9388. That's 864-377-9388. They also have, they take Cash App and some of those other Venmo. But you can call Claudia, and if you'd like to make a donation, then their elves can do the shopping. So everything needs to be in on the 17th. If you want to drop off some items, you can drop them off at U-Haul today and tomorrow. But by tomorrow, everything has to be brought in, and then they've got to make up the remaining bags, and then they start distributing, delivering gifts the 19th through the 22nd. They're organizing the gifts through to the 22nd. If you would like to help and volunteer for this project, they could sure use some extra help. 864-377-9388 would be the number to call on that. All right, so that's another thing going on out there. What else? Oh my goodness, I'm seeing memories. God. All right, let's see if I can get this right here today. You know, I have been following over there at the G. Frank Russell Center the chef classes that they've been doing, and it is just so great, so great. They've been yesterday they were picking out the end of the quarter is a free day where students get to cook whatever. It's always interesting to see what the students choose. Some highlights today include tiramisu, boudin balls in hot Takis, crumb and Asian fusion quesadillas. Just 1.5 days left to scrub and shut down. So that's over there at the G. Frank Russell. If you ever get a chance to go back and look at some of their posts, it really is amazing what they are doing with the students over there, getting them ready to be able to go out and work. So that's what's happening out there, and people have been doing great things there, for great things. All right, so what else can I tell you is going on here? If I got something else I wanted to tell you today, I know there was probably something else, but we're going to have to give it up here today. I got Penny getting a spa day. I'm supposed to get my hair done today. I hope you're following WCRS's page on Facebook. I have this absolutely adorable little video that was done that shows Doodle's coffee shop, where they actually make you a cup of cappuccino, latte, or whatever. I don't know how these things are done, but they are absolutely, to me, fascinating. To see the dogs, 3 dogs fixing your cappuccino, offering you cookies, and standing there so serious, right there at a beautiful, I might add, cappuccino machine. So there you go. All right. Also, if you like to get things for your, I'll give you a gift idea from the 96 Pecan Company. They are open the next 2 Mondays. Well, that was yesterday. So Monday, December 15th and Monday, December 22nd from 10 to 5. Other than that, they are open through Saturday, that same 10 to 5. So check them out. Great gift ideas. And I like to ship some of their product to some of my family and stuff back in Maine, and they always rave about it. So anyways, thought that would be something you might like to know about. don't forget the polar plunge. I have not done as good a job for the polar plunge as I would like to do, and they are having their polar plunge this Friday. Now, this is at Lake Greenwood State Park, and it is a brave the cold for the cause. Well, fortunately, they didn't have it yesterday or today. So the polar plunge is getting closer. The third annual Lake Greenwood Polar Plunge to benefit the law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics right here in South Carolina is happening this Friday, December 19th at the lake at the Greenwood State Park. Last year, the Greenwood County Sheriff's Office raised more than $25,000. They would like to make a goal of $30,000 this year. It is a tremendously good thing to do. If you can donate, it would be most appreciative. If you'd like to plunge, I think, $50 or something to plunge. But giving money is a lot easier, folks, a lot easier. So if you'd like to do that, they also, I think this is at 4 o'clock is when the plunge will be happening out at the Greenwood, the state park out there. So, but help them reach their goal. This goes to Special Olympians. They're going to have to go to the Midwest this year to compete in the nationals. And so this is why it really is a big lift this year to make sure they raise enough money to help with that. So I hope you can help with that if you can. I also have posted on my page another adorable thing, the Doodles dancing with the New York City Rockettes. And they've got a little red costume on and little hats on, and they're just kind of doing their thing. They're trying to keep up with the Rockettes. They really can't lift their legs the way the Rockettes can, but they can stand up on 2 feet. Penny saw that, and she said, "Oh, my God, Mom, I'd love to do that. I could dance the whole time on my 2 feet, on my 2 rear feet. Can I become a Rockette?" God. She would love to do that. But anyways, that is a really cute video, too. Yeah, I'm kind of into dog videos. It's true. So I hope that whatever you're doing out there today, number one, you stay warm. Number two, you're being able to spend a little bit of time of thinking of others. It is a blessing to be able to be alive, to be doing for others, and to get some satisfaction of knowing that you are helping those that need the help the most. With this very cold weather, I need to remind you that we need to take care of our pets. Make sure you're bringing them in. Make sure you're not leaving frozen water in their dishes. Make sure they have drinkable water. Make sure they have a place to get out of the cold. And although I haven't really seen a post for this, I know the Humane Society could use blankets, sheets, any of that type of stuff to help keep the animals warm out there at the animal shelter. So anything we can do for each other this time of the year. You know, the other thing I think, when I walk around and I go out there and go shopping just to see what's going on, I think it is amazing. Here we have all the people in the stores, shopping. And then after Christmas comes, and plus there's so much greater selection, right? Because everybody's out there shopping. And by February, March, you go in the stores and you go, where's the selection? Where's the variety? You just don't see it. So I think it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You'd love to shop local. You'd love to do this type of thing. But the stores don't do their end of the bargain by keeping their stores stocked. So that's a two-edged sword. The other thing, I heard a story yesterday about somebody ordering something from Walmart to have it delivered, and it was delivered less than an hour after they placed the order. How can anybody compete with that? No having to go fight the crowds or whatever at Walmart. They simply brought it right to you. So shopping sure has changed. But to me, to me personally. There is nothing better than retail therapy, going out there, looking at stuff, trying stuff on if you want, seeing if you think you might like it, seeing if you need it. It's just the best thing in the world to me. And I think that all the people that no longer have that experience are really missing out. Yes, you can be more efficient in your life, but sometimes I don't think life is about efficiency. I think life is about enjoyment. What do you think? Don't you think that it's good to enjoy what is happening out there? I think so. I wish we had more time to enjoy. All right, in closing, I do want to tell you, actually, I think I'm going to play it for you right here. Here we go. Yes, right here. I'm going to play this ad for you for, do I have it? Dairy Queen. They have a new $7 meal deal, and it's the crispy onion cheeseburger. Take it away right here on WCRS.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever!
At DQ, we're all about and. Like our new limited-time crispy onion cheeseburger $7 meal deal with
crispy onions.
And a fry for me.
And here's your drink.
And a sundae.
Try our new crispy onion cheeseburger $7 meal deal right now at DQ.
This special available from 11 to 4 at your local DQ. Treat yourself.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
That's right. Happy tastes good. So I wanted to play that for you. I wanted to remind you that coming up this Saturday is... Christmas at the Train. Saturday, December 20th, 6 to 8 p.m. Admission at the gate, $5 per person, $25 max per family. Holiday vignettes by Greenwood High School Theater Department. See the lights and decorations. Ring the engine bell. See the new railroad crossing gate. Reindeer games. Enjoy hot cocoa and treats. Only at the Railroad Historic Center, Uptown Greenwood. Call 229-7093 for detail. Merry Christmas. And don't forget, now you got to worry about getting in shape because you're eating all this good stuff. So here's what the YMCA is doing. It's really a great deal. You should check it out. You should see what a great facility the YMCA is. So many different activities to work on. I mean, from machines to classes, even to childcare. Let's play with the latest promo for the end of the year because, you know, first of the year, what are you going to be saying? Oh, I gotta get in shape.
This holiday season, wrap up the year strong at the Greenwood YMCA. Right now, become a member and pay $0 until January. That's right, $0 to get started. At the Y, you'll find more than a gym. You'll find a supportive community, fun classes, welcoming faces, and a place where your goals truly matter. So why wait? Start your wellness journey today and step into the new year feeling stronger than ever. Join today at the Greenwood YMCA or visit lakelandsymca.org. The Y. There's no place like this place.
And here's more about the Y.
This holiday season, give the gift of health and wellness with Greenwood YMCA personal training. Whether it's a fresh start for you or a thoughtful gift for someone special, our certified personal trainers are here to help you crush your goals, one session at a time. From weight loss to muscle building or just getting into a healthy routine, YMCA personal training is personalized for you. Plus, as a Y member, you'll enjoy access to state-of-the-art equipment and a supportive community. Don't wait! Visit the Greenwood YMCA to purchase a gift certificate or sign up today. The Greenwood YMCA, helping you give the gift of thriving, and remember, self-care is the new healthcare.
Snowflakes for Seniors needs our help. Too many snowflakes on the trees. Can you help with a donation? Call 864-377-9388 to help. Their shopper elves can finish the job so no senior will be left behind. Again, call 864-377-9388 to make your donation or check their Facebook page for more options. Snowflakes for Seniors. Need all donations by December 17th. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your help in this matter. Absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you again for all you did for our toy drive. I've gotten so many responses back from the teachers in the different schools and everything, what this has meant to be able to provide for students that would not have a Christmas if it wasn't for all the love and attention that we had put to this project. So again, thank you to all on this. Now, I'm going to close with one story. 86-year-old, I know they were talking about this earlier in the morning, but I didn't really get all the details, so I thought I might share it with you here. 86-year-old fined $335 for littering after spitting out a leaf that blew into his mouth. Oh, okay. See, I thought it had something to do with him spitting on the sidewalk or something, and he spit on a leaf. But evidently... he spit out a leaf that went into his mouth. An 86-year-old Englishman was hit with a preposterous fine for littering after two enforcement officers saw him spit out a leaf that had blown into his mouth. Roy Marsh had stopped for a rest while walking through a car park in the tourist town of Skegness on England's east coast, where the wind blew a big reed into his mouth, he told the BBC. This is hysterical. I spat it out, and just as I got to walk away, two enforcement officers came to me, Marsh said. The bewildered old guy said that when officers accused him of spitting on the ground, he responded by calling one of them a silly boy. However, Marsh quickly realized they were not joking, and he was fined $335. It was all unnecessary and all out of proportion, he told the BBC. Marsh said the fine was expected to be reduced to $200 after an appeal, but it was still required to pay the full amount. County Councillor Adrian Finley described the case as one of the many examples of officers being heavy-handed with enforcement in the seaside town, which relies heavily on tourism. They're taking it... Wait a minute, let me say it right. They're taking it entirely too far, Finley told the outlet. If I came here on a holiday and was given a $335 fine, I wouldn't want to risk coming back. There needs to be discretion, he added. We can't expect elderly people to chase crisp packets down the road if it's windy. Finley said officers should be able to determine whether an incident is a genuine accident before issuing steep fines, or at the very least allow people the chance to apologize and rectify the situation. Yeah, can the guy bend over and pick up that bad leaf that he spit out that flew into his mouth? East Lindsey District Council, however, told the BBC that enforcement officers would only approach individuals seen committing environmental crime offenses. Oh, my God. The council added that enforcement actions are closely monitored and that patrols are not targeted at any specific demographic and are not discriminatory. Marsh's case is far from an isolated incident in the UK. In October, a London woman was fined $200 for pouring a splash of coffee down a storm drain before boarding a bus. Excuse me? This lady said she made a split-second decision to pour just a wee little bit of coffee from her reusable cup down the drain to avoid spilling it on her commute. As soon as I turned around, I noticed 3 men, enforcement officers, chasing me, and they stopped me immediately. The encounter left her feeling shaky. It was quite a shock, she said. Oh, my God. I hope this isn't coming to America. I hope this is not coming to America. the absurdity of it all. She poured it down a storm drain, which is intended for overflow, and instead she was accosted by 3 officers because she poured that down a storm drain. She didn't pour it on the ground. She actually disposed of it. God almighty. I guess I could put myself back on here. Is that wild or is that wild? That is pretty wild. And with that, my friends, I'm going to say adieu. Until tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow morning. And then I think I'm taking off on a great adventure, which I may describe to you tomorrow. I surely hope I'm going to an area where they do not watch for you to, I don't know, pour a little coffee on the ground. Oh, my gosh. Anyways, I'm Ann Eller. This is WCRS Radio. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in right here on WCRS Radio. You know, it's my greatest pleasure to be with you every morning, and I thank each and every one of you for listening and being part of the conversation. Have a great day. Let's take it away right here on WCRS Radio. Bye-bye, everybody.